Hi, Daryl. Hello everyone. Welcome. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear the music okay, if you can hear my voice okay. Gonna give a couple minutes for people to come in and join us. Hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, audio. Hello, hello. All right, so while I am just making sure everybody can see me, we're live streaming right now on Instagram and on Queen's Theater's YouTube channel. So we're working off of 2 devices. So just want to make sure I am in everybody's frame. Thank you, Queen's Theater. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about this program and introduce myself for the first few minutes while we're waiting for everybody to come in. My name is Karesia, and I am the founding director of the Queensboro Dance Festival. But I also have a production and dance company called The Physical Plant. And so I am super excited today to have the opportunity to share a folk dance from my background, which is Filipino. I am the first generation of my family to be born here in Queens. And it's just this exciting opportunity to be able to share this with you all because we don't really get an opportunity to do this. So I was excited to kick this off. This is Queensboro Dance Festival's holiday dances around the world's borough. So from now till 8 o'clock tonight on the hour, you're going to see a different country. You're going to meet a different dance company that's going to teach you and show you some of their dance traditions during this holiday season. And all of our companies that you'll see tonight are from Queens. And we're going to have a different lineup of 4 other dance companies doing 4 other dance traditions with us tomorrow at the same time, 4 to 8 o'clock. So also I wanted to just show you, this was, I also don't get an opportunity to wear this, so I was excited to put this on and show this to you. This is a dress that my mom actually sewed herself in very much a Filipino style with the big sleeves and the embroidery. She did this about 30 years ago for herself, and thank you, Mom, for passing it down to me. So I'm excited to dance in it for you today. And I also wanted to show you one other thing that we do in my tradition during Christmas time. So this is, let me just untie it here. So this is a Christmas Puddle, P-A-R-O-L, and I actually made this for my house. But usually in the Philippines, these can become very ornate and big, and they're made with rice paper and bamboo, and there's lots of active lights inside of it. This was just kind of like a simple one I was able to throw together as a little arts and crafts project. And really what it is a bunch of bamboo sticks that are attached by rubber bands to allow it to then become 3-dimensional and open up like that. And then I covered all of the panels with different colored cellophane. And then you just do the same thing as a spiral. You cut out a spiral and you let it kind of tendril down each leg of the star. Sometimes it's on the arms of the star. Sometimes it's on all. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. It's fun to be able to bring this Christmas tradition from my childhood into my own home here. Our puddles are usually hung outside, like in your front porch or in your front door. But here it's just inside of my house, so I wanted to just share that with you. And that, the story behind that is the star is supposed to represent the Star of Bethlehem, you know, during Christmas when the three kings were trying to follow the star to the baby Jesus. All right, so a couple of things. So I'm going to be showing you a dance called Pandanggo sa Ilaw, which means Fandango of light. But in order to do that, I need you to go grab a book because we're going to be balancing it on our head. Or if you actually have a candle that isn't in a glass, or a pretend candle like we're working with today for safety, grab that. You're gonna need 3 objects. So 2 that you can hold in your hand that has a flat surface, so even like a jewelry box or a small jar of lotion or something like that, anything around the house. And then you need one for to balance on your head. And to get good at this, you do practice with a book. So if you can find a book, you can grab that and come on back. Yeah, okay, let's see. Hello everybody, hello. Okay, great. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of a warm up because some of the movements that I'll be teaching you guys does need a little bit of warming up to get into the motion and the flow of things. So let's first, first, definitely want to shout out Queen's Theater right now. I know I mentioned them before, but we definitely want to say thank you to Queen's Theater. They are presenting this holiday dances around the world's Boro in partnership with us. We would not be able to bring this to you without them this weekend, so thank you, Queen's Theater. They have been a great ongoing partner of ours in the Queens community for several years now, so shout out to them. Definitely check out the rest of their programming that they have going on. They are staying also very active in virtual programming, and we really do hope to be able to perform in their beautiful theater again soon when it's safe. All right, so now the warm-up. Let's do wrists first because you will see soon why we need to do that. So just circling the wrists back and forth. This reminds me of one of the warm-ups that are done with one of our Queensboro Dance Festival participants, Flamenco NYC, and it makes sense that we would have similar warm-ups in the wrist because Pandanggo sa Ilaw is actually related to a lot of Spanish dances, and we will get more into that later. So also if you want to like bend this way so you feel a gentle stretch along the top of your wrist, and then stretch your wrist this way. Something like this, as if you're carrying a pizza or a tray, a serving tray of some kind. This type of action. Okay, good. And then a little bit of the neck, just because we will be balancing stuff on our head. So you need a strong, stable neck in order to maintain balance of the head on top of the spine. Side to side. And then of course, to have stability in the head and neck, you also need to have a stable upper back. So let's just roll the shoulders a little bit, however you want. Hello everyone, welcome. And maybe just like Hands behind your back and pull so you feel your shoulder blades activating, waking them up. Okay, and then we're gonna get that book just to start bringing awareness to your head and neck balance. So you grab a book on your head, very old school, and just feel it out. Make sure, feel your balance, see if you can feel the contact, the point of contact where the book is making on your skull. And just test it out a little bit. Walk forward, walk back. And if you think about feeling your feet along the floor and feeling like you have a very stable base directly underneath your hips, so they're not too far wide out from your center and they're not too thin underneath your center. And then holding your core also helps to just stabilize your center line. All right, how's everybody doing? Is anybody else doing this with me? So give me a thumbs up if you're actually trying this. I do recommend it. It's also good for walking straight and tall for posture. Okay, great. Looks good, everybody. Everybody was able to balance a book on their head, right? Yes, yes, thank you, Erin. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off our Filipino Christmas music for a minute. Okay. All right, so yay, great job with the books. All right, so a little bit of background about Pandanggo sa Ilaw, Filipino folk dance. Again, it means Fandango of light. I just printed out some maps to show you. So just in case, the Philippines, let me see, I'll do this to both cameras, right? So, oh, it's backwards, of course. But the Philippines is south of Japan. It's a country of over 7,100 islands of all different sizes, right off of the coast of China and also Cambodia, and it's north of Indonesia. Just bring this to this one here too. Philippines. And then if we zoom in just a little bit, this folk dance is actually originating from the island of Mindoro. So here's Mindoro. So south of Manila, it's one of the bigger islands. It's the 7th biggest island of the Philippines. There you go for our YouTube viewers. Thanks for tuning in. And then, more specifically, there is another small collection of islands off of the coast of Mindoro Island, which is called Lubang Island. And here, even closer, so in this zoomed in map, this is the island of Mindoro, and then this is Lubang Island, to get even more specific of where Pandanggo sa Ilaw is from. So, Mindoro Island, and then right off of its coast, Lubang Island. So now, as I had mentioned before, this dance is related to the Spanish dance Fandango, and that was during the Spanish colonial period in the Philippines, which was for about 400 years. They colonized the Philippines, and so we share a lot of similarities in culture, anywhere from, well, first of all, the Philippines is predominantly Catholic because of the Spanish colonization, and so we share very similar cuisines. There's some similar words in our language, which is Tagalog. So Tagalog and Spanish have a lot of similarities and crossovers. And so, of course, that'll naturally also go into our dance traditions and our celebrations, especially during the holidays, because we also celebrate Christmas. So this dance is a celebratory dance. Anything with Pandanggo is usually affiliated with something jovial and festive, a very joyous occasion. And historically it was, it's the dance of lights. So dancers would have candles in their hand, and this was actually even oil lamps back in the day. So live oil lamps on each of their hands, and then one on their head, and then they would dance. It, and you would dance for hours. And once a bunch of dancers came off, and another group of dancers, often in families or in couples, they would come on and they would do the dance, and everybody's dancing until they're tired and they can't do it anymore. So very festive occasion. And what was the, I have some other notes. Oh yes, and it was meant to simulate fireflies. Philippines is a very tropical island, so there's not any snow during their Christmas time there, hence this type of wear, which is pineapple fiber or a linen blend, so very light for hot tropical weather. And it was really fun to learn, so I'm happy to share it with you. And of course, because the Philippines has so many islands, there's lots of regional variations of Pandanggo sa Ilaw. So this is one that the movements that I'll share with you today are ones that I've studied from different regions and sort of kind of put together to show you. And this was also a rearrangement of movements that I had put together with my collaborator, Mark Nunez. Shout out to Mark Nunez. We did a restructuring of this traditional movement to do this dance a few weeks ago, and I will post that video later so you guys can see it. But today I will show you a few of the movements that are in that dance that we did so that you can follow along, and we can kind of string them together in any order, really, just for practice sake. So let's get to it. All right, so you'll get your 2 items, and I have, you know, LED candles here. So go ahead and grab, you know, either 2 small boxes or 2 other candles if you also have these types of safe candles at home. Please don't get anything in glass just in case you drop it, especially when we put it on our head. And also, please don't use real fire. Please don't use real fire. So the first thing we're going to learn, you're just going to have these in your hands, and you're kind of going to open them flat. I mean, of course, the tendency is to want to kind of cup them, but really you want to try and hold them flat. But as the movement gets a little bit more rigorous or difficult to balance, then you can kind of cup them. But for now, we're just going to start with a little bit of side step, and you're going to rock your hips. So it's as if your hips are making like a shallow U shape. And keep your knees soft and bent, and you're just going to go like this. Step, touch, and your elbows are going to be right at your sides. And the candles should be a little out to your sides as well, maybe on the diagonal. And you're kind of swaying, you're rocking the boat. Now, you're gonna try moving your arms, and you're just gonna move one in and one out. And there's almost like a waving motion to it. So both candles pointing to, I think that's your right, and then to the left, to the right, to the left. And you wanna try and keep your hands as level as you can. And then if you want, you can even try step touching in a circle. Side, always moving side to side or in a circle. You can even try going forward and backward, right? Everybody have this? Great, okay, great. Getting some hearts, all right. All right. Then, some other movements that we also use are almost like your pretend juggling. So they're making small circles. And you're gonna do the same thing, swaying, swaying. You can even do step, touch, and step, touch again. Step, touch, step, touch again. So like your feet are open. Can't really see my feet here. Okay, here we go. Open, together, open, together. Hello, tree. Open, together, open, together. And the music that we dance this to, which we'll play later so we can practice all these movements together, it's actually in a waltz beat. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'll show you how that coordinates with the music. I'll be way better at coordinating it once I actually hear the music. And then another motion is, so you're kind of juggling, step, touch, step, and then kind of pose and put one up in the sky. Without, you want to make sure that that hand becomes flat even though your arm is raising. So step, touch, step to the sky, step, touch, step to the sky. You know, as if you're actually holding fireflies and then you're letting them go. And then they come back to you. Right? So we have this in the movement vocabulary, right? And then we have juggling. And then we have juggling with an arm raise. Juggling with an arm raise. We good on this? How are we? Everybody cool? Good? No one's dropped anything yet? Perfect, because we haven't even gotten to the hard part yet. All right, now, another motion which from my research is very signature of this dance is moving the candle. So you can put one candle down now so you can practice. You're going to, maybe I'll do it without the candle first. Imagine you have the candle here. You're holding a pie. And you're gonna rotate your hand in toward you, right? So in, all the way around, and then up. Okay, I'll show that again. So hand, into you, twist it all the way around. And I found that it helps if my body's actually moving away from my hand. It helps me with the range of motion. So you go in, around, and then up. So ideally, I just want to make sure, okay. Ideally, you want to keep your hand facing the ceiling the whole time. So up. Now you're going to retrograde that motion. So that is like going in reverse. Okay, great. So sorry. In and up. And then it's going to come back in towards you, right by your forehead. In and down. So one more time. In and up, facing the ceiling. Still try to face the ceiling. In and down. All right, now let's try it with your flameless, unbreakable object that you're practicing with. And you're gonna go in. This is where I also cup. In and up. In and down. So there's almost, at least for the sake of this practice, it's almost like an illusion because it does happen quickly in the music. In and up, especially when it's lit. In and down. All right. There's always going to be one hand better than the other, so let's now practice with the other hand. This is my left hand, which I think for Instagram it's showing up as my right hand, but it doesn't really matter. In, yeah, this is definitely my harder one. In and down. In and up. In and down. How is that? Everybody doing okay? Hearts that are doing okay? Need it again? Now, if you guys are feeling good about one hand, we can now try two hands. This feels a little different because you can't really move to the side like you do when there's only one hand doing this. So what I end up doing is moving my body backwards to help with any range of motion in my shoulder. So again, they're both going to go into you. In and up. Back in towards your eye level. In and down. So again, in, under your armpits, in and up. Sorry, that wasn't very good. In and down. Again, in and up, in and down. So there's almost like this fast scooping action, like right around this corner, in order to make sure your objects, your oil lamps, are not going to tip over. Okay, so that was the arm and wrist movement. Now, let's try to add the third object for our head. So, the way to do this is you just place one on your head, find a good space for it. Yep. You already have one in your hand, and then you're going to grab the third one and put it in your other hand. And now I'm just going to check my notes so I don't have to keep walking back and forth with this in my head. Okay, so now you look like this. And so let's practice those first opening swaying movements that were the step touches, that were pretty easy at the time, but now we have something on our head, so we have to become very aware of the stability of our neck and our head. And you're just going to try again. Step, 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 and step, step. Right? You can try going in a circle like we did. Step, step. So this would be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. A lot of swaying. Don't forget the under curve of your hips, that small U shape. So you're rocking. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, a couple of other movements that you can do while you have the candle on your head is, so you would have a foot in front of you, and there's a bent knee here for a little bit of balance, and you can just draw a big circle like an arm of a clock. Do one arm. So you go bend, so you're plieing, plie, and then your arm ends at, about 1 o'clock. Plie again, and then it comes back to its home base here. Then you switch feet. So it's the same arm as leg. Again, bend, arm of a clock, bend, back, down. Bend, up, bend, back, down. How are we doing? Everybody, who's got it? Who can do it on her head? Oh, yes, Nora. Yes, belly dancers can do that, I bet. Cool, okay. Now another motion is you take the two candles in your hand and you're kind of just drawing these vertical half circles, or you can think of it as you are kind of like pulling taffy, so you have that in imagery, and you're pulling taffy on a diagonal. And you would just do that while you're bending. Put one foot in front, bending, put the other foot in front. So when you bend, your feet are coming back together. So this is a lot of coordination of all of your limbs and your head. Up. So you bend and up. So your feet are also taking turns, touching in front of you. All right, how are we doing here? Just gonna check messages. Yes, great, yay, everybody's doing it, awesome. All right, the other one that I'd like to show you, so you have your foot in front, any foot in front. So for me, right now, it's my right foot in front, and you're gonna turn to the opposite side. So if my right foot is in front, I'm turning to my left. And I'm going to roll my hands like this. So I will roll, and then you open, like a presentational open. So roll, open, roll, sorry, I'll just get more in the frame. Open, roll, just practice this a couple times. Roll, open, then you can switch sides. So then almost like a ball change. So step, touch to switch the other side. Roll, open, and I'm rolling my arms towards me. I guess you could do it away from me, but it felt more in control to keep the candles on in my hands if I rolled them towards me. Right. Okay, so just to review, the movements that we have for when a candle is on your head are our little side step, side to side when your arms are waving in the direction that you're stepping. So if you're stepping right, your hands are pointing right. You could also do it opposite, but we won't be able to get into that today. Right, so that's one. And then the other one is when either 2 half circles or pulling taffy on the diagonal while your feet are step touching to the front. So step touch to the right, bend your knees together, then step touch to the left. Maybe I'll back up so you can see the feet. I'm really close to the wall. So together and step, touch, together, touch. Don't lose the curving pathway of your arms. I'm telling myself that too. And then the third movement is when your one foot is in front. So step touch to have your foot in front. And then you roll, open. Oh, I forgot the other one. We'll go back to the other one. Roll, open, feet together, bend your knees to change feet. Roll, open, roll, open. And then the other one that I missed before was when, again, a foot is in front and you're like arm of a clock. Bend, up, bend, back, down. And switching, bend, up, bend, back, down. All right, I'm gonna take it off my head now. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right? Okay, great. We have about 15 minutes left. Oh my gosh, that went so fast. Are there any questions? Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay, cool. All right, so what I'm thinking is let's play the traditional music that is done to accompany this dance. Sound, no picture. Is anybody else having that problem where they can hear me but they can't see me? Sometimes that happens to devices if the battery is low on the device and it'll prioritize sound over picture, but I'm not sure. So just let me know, people, if anybody else is having an issue seeing the video. Just double checking our YouTube feed. Okay, that's looking okay. Okay, so I'm gonna just play the music and then let's just try these movements out and do a little follow along, if that sounds okay with you guys. So what I'll do is I'll start with 2 candles. We'll do some movements. You can just follow along. You can even experiment if you like. And then I will come back towards the camera and we will add the third one. Or if you want, you can definitely start off with the third one on your head right off the bat and try all the movements with the third one. And we'll go from there. Okay, does that sound all right with everyone? All right. Okay. So I do want to credit our traditional music. The song that you're going to hear, it is titled, the name of the dance, Pandanggo sa Ilaw, and it is by Juan Silos Jr. and his rondalla. So it's him and his band. They have a whole album of all popular traditional Filipino folk dances. So we went along with his recorded version of the song. So I'm gonna play it, make sure you guys can hear it. Maybe I'll just put all these candles down first. Let me see. So I'm gonna play it, just let me know you guys can hear it. So maybe a thumbs up or some hearts or something, let me know. Now it is a bit fast, the music. Sound okay, guys? All right, we're just gonna go. Okay. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Step. So it's like a sway. Let's try the other movement. So in a waltz, you can do a lot of things with waltzing, waltz steps. All right, now let's try it with the third candle on our head. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So swaying. One foot in front. Try, bend, up, bend, down. Switch feet, bend, up, bend, down. One more time, bend, up, bend, and down. Bend, up. Good. And then we can try our roll, open, roll, open. Okay, let me just reset this music. How'd that go? Do we have any questions? All right. Okay, cool. Let's try it again. All right, so we had one on our head. We'll go over the other movements that we didn't get to do yet. So remember, foot in front, bend. This is the taffy one. Stretch and bend. Stretch. Good. Now when we switch feet, it's going to be pretty quick. It's like a and change. Ready? And change. Bend. Now if you want, if you got the arm motion down, you can practice moving your feet. You can keep switching your feet as often as you want. Bend and switch. Bend and switch. Bend. So this is a lot of coordination. But maybe you even try and walk it forward. So you're crossing and open. Cross and open. Maybe you go backward. Cross and open. So you're crossing back to go backward. You can try step. Step and pose with the candle on your head. This is a juggling motion. Step. Plie really helps, so having soft bent knees helps the balance. Remember this, bend, up, bend, and down. Circle, up, circle, and down. Switch, up, again. Circle, up, circle, down. What's the other motion I'm forgetting here? Oh, yes. Wait, did you that one? Okay. Let's try again. Foot in front, you're gonna roll, roll, open, roll, open, and switch. Roll, open, roll, switch again. Roll, roll, and switch. Roll, open, roll, and now the music is slowing down, so you usually do something presentational, like a pose. It's gonna keep looping, so let's just keep practicing. Do we have any questions? Hello, hello, hello. All right. Okay, so let's try all the movements that we've learned with the candle on our head. So the ones that we did with 2 candles, we'll now do them with all 3 candles. And you can just follow along, repetitive. So sway, 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 and with the hands. Oh my gosh, you're right. Thank you, Valeria. We forgot about the spirals. All right, spirals. Okay, one arm first. In and down. In and up. In, other side. In and up. In and down. In and up. In. I'm not sure if I can do this with my head and with 2 arms, but we'll try it. 5, 6, 7, and 8. In and up. In and down. In, scoop it up. In, scoop it down. Woo! In, scoop it up. In, scoop it down. In, up. Try to imagine you're holding a tray or a pie or a pizza, something that keeps your palm whoop, facing the ceiling. Up, in, and down. Woo! I'm actually gonna also try that again without the candle on my head. So, 5, 6, 7, 8. Twist. Up, towards you. It always goes into you. Up, in, back, down. Other side. In, so in, up, in, down. In, up, in, down. In, up, in. Cupping is okay. In, down. Shall we try it with 2 arms? We'll wait for this song to start again. Hello, Tay Tay. What's up? Oh my gosh, only 3 minutes left. So you know what? Let's try everything, okay? Side, side, side. Arms in. Take it around in a circle if you want, or rather a box. Now here's the juggling motion. Step and a pose. Step, 1 arm up. Step, 1 arm up. You can even take it forward, back. You can even go 2 forward, 2 back. Now, let's bring in the 3rd. Here we go. Side, 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 side. Let's also practice the arm circle, up, circle, and switch. Feet are in front, 1 foot in front, up, and bend, in, bend, up. All right, let's try the twist. Twist, up, twist, and down. Again, in, up, in. Other side, in, down, in, up, in. 2 hands, in, up. Oh, I cheated that one, sorry. In. It's hard when you're not looking at them. Okay? And up. Now, let's try the roll. Roll, up, roll, up, and switch. Roll, up, roll one more time, and switch feet. Other foot in front. Roll. Up. One more time for the twist. Up. Twist. And down. Other side. Up. Twist. And down. Let's keep switching. Woo! And find some sort of presentational. Ta-da! Okay. Let me see here. Woo! How was that? All right, guys. Well, that was a crash course in Pandanggo sa Ilaw, and I will post the video that my collaborator Mark Nunez and I filmed of this traditional Filipino folk dance, so I'll post that later, so you guys can check that out. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, Holly Reed 1. Thank you guys. I hope you had fun. Definitely practice these movements. And you know, I know this. It's great. There's a lot of similarities across cultures and across different holiday dance celebrations. Like we just learned from Nora, who was on. She's a belly dancer. She says they do this in belly dance where they balance things on their head for performance. So finding these similarities across cultures is just such a great feeling because we are all connected. We are all one big global community, especially here in Queens, which is the world's borough. So thank you. Link to music. So if I will, it's credited in the video that I'll post, and then if you YouTube it, you'll be able to see that music. Thank you for that question. But yeah, you'll be able to play that music. Hi, Court Square Civic. Hi, welcome. So definitely stay tuned when I post that video. There's other dances coming right up in about 15 minutes. We are celebrating Kwanzaa at 5 o'clock with an amazing group based out of Jamaica, Queens. They are one of our special guests as part of the series this weekend. So we will learn about Kwanzaa celebration. They have a full-on virtual Kwanzaa celebration on December 20th, and today they're going to share a little preview with us with their Kwanzaa dance and music traditions. And then after that, we have Manhatitlan. They are a Mexican folkloric dance group based out of Sunnyside, Queens, my neighborhood, and they are going to be teaching and sharing some Aztec dance traditions during the holidays. And then our final group this evening to round us out is Carla Flores School of Dance. They are in Middle Village, Queens, and they are going to be sharing Danza de los Faroles, which is based in Colombian folkloric dance. So stay tuned with us. We are going around the world right here in the world's borough. Thank you again for sharing in Pandanggo sa Ilaw with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys soon. So stay tuned for Kwanzaa. Bye everyone. Thanks.